And welcome back to another Friday edition of the Michael Decon program. First time listeners out there, pleased to meet you. This is a very different kind of show. This won't be for the faint of heart. You've been warned. I, of course, will be looking into the chat room now, and we will try to answer all of your questions if there are any. You can also call in if you are able to. That number is 424-666-2425. Give us a call with anything on your mind, scream or shout. That's if you'd like to. But we would prefer if you resisted. Don't just hide behind your keyboards. It's a lot more fun to talk to you here directly. Now, without further ado, let's see if Myke is with us or if he is still attending to the birds. Myke, are you out there?
Hello, Mr. Decon.
There you are. Yes, loud and clear.
How are you, sir?
I'm good.
I was digging that music. You know, it reminds me of...
Go ahead.
For some reason, it reminds me of something like an 80s horror film, like Return of the Living Dead or something.
Ah, that's a good, yeah.
Does it remind you of that when you listen to it?
It kind of does.
Cool.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like there is like a madman, like a serial killer after you, like trying to
like a
rape
movie,
you in
right?
a way. Yeah, trying to rape and kill you.
Yeah, or kill and rape you. One
or the other, whichever comes first. But yes, that
depending on your mood that night.
Right. Depends if you are feeling froggy or not. But yes, ultimately that's the case.
Yes. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I can't complain. I'm happy drinking a beer here, talking to you on this lovely Friday edition of the Michael Decon program. It's a good time.
Good for you.
What's up with you? How are you doing this evening?
Oh, for Christmas sake, don't even ask it. I'm just so frustrated at what's going on. I can't even listen to the news. It's so disgusting. It really is.
It's that bad, Myke?
It's horrible.
It's
Michael.
that bad.
You know.
I know, but I also enjoy it.
You enjoy hearing me complain about it.
I enjoy everyone complaining, to be honest. I'm awful.
I'll tell you honestly, I feel like we're headed for a war. I really, really do.
I hope so. I've been hoping for a war for a very long time.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're excited about it.
I'm on board, yes.
Good.
I'm ready to jump in there.
And it's not just that. It's 1,000 other things that are happening that they're pushing. Look, let me explain one thing, and I'm sure you'll agree with me. We have to keep an eye on the quote unquote the carbon footprint of humanity as we belch filth into the sky and pollute our oceans. I'm 100% on that, but pushing this Green New Deal down our throat and talking about how they're going to take away cars and just eliminate this, that, and the other thing, anything to do with oil or coal or gas. It's just unbelievable. Like, it's just a culture shock, so to speak.
Right. And of course, oil, about 80% of it comes from the Middle East. And most of the people that do control that and all the people that put money into that, they are funding terrorism.
Yep.
Ain't that sweet?
Isn't that sweet?
I love it.
Gotta love the government.
Yeah, we love criminals and we love crime here in America, that's for sure.
Do.
Yes.
Oh, and if you're a politician, don't sweat it, buddy, because you'll be just fine. It's the rest of us folk who are, racist, homophobic, middle-class white idiots who cannot compete with the democratic conviction of how bad this country and America is and how racist it is.
Stop projecting here, Myke. Jesus. I'm kidding, of course, but yes. We have returned, ladies and gentlemen, like a big, happy, dysfunctional family this evening, and we have a plethora of topics to dissect with all of you this evening. And Myke, always good to talk to you. We are back for another one of these shindigs. Praise Jesus Christ.
Hallelujah.
Praise baby Jesus, right?
Put your hands on the computer screen.
That's right. No doubt. I'm actually doing better this week, Myke. I've caught up on things I needed to. I was able to sort of anger my enemies this week And not just the ones online, but the ones in the physical sense too. That's always fun.
Oh, would you have a confrontation?
Well, I can't incriminate myself,
Gotcha.
right now, but maybe another time I can do that. But for now, I'm loving life again. And hey, I'm just being honest. Right out of the gates, I'm going 90, going north, Myke, and I'll keep this pace going all night.
Good.
Oh, yes. And of course, we've got emails to comb through, and I hear the birds are alive and well in the background there, Myke.
Yeah.
So, yes, we got emails, Myke, and we'll get through them this time. I'm sure there'll be a few emails there that will piss me off. I'm quite sure that's a guarantee.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to that.
I'm not. My good mood might turn bad here this evening. Oh, yes. Long-time listeners out there, friends and foes, stalkers, degenerates, and hefwits, new bloods out there, I welcome you to my side of heaven. Don't ever be shy here, please. We beg you. This is no time for that. It's 2021, nearly 2022 in my mind, and the world is shit. And people are shit, even with the ongoing pandemic, Myke.
Yes.
I'll explain what I mean by, most people are shit. I'll return back to that point in a moment. But Myke, it just occurred to me that, my mom, she actually called me up earlier this afternoon. She knows I'm going to do a show,
Right.
but she called me up and she says, Michael, I have an appointment for the vaccine. And she's asking me if I want her to make an appointment so I can get the vaccine too. And I said, no way, I'm good. I said, I'm fine. I'm going to write it off for a while, even if it means I have to go underground, Myke.
Yeah, and you know what? I agree with you. If you don't want to get it, don't get it. You shouldn't have to be forced to get it and then forced to get a passport to prove that you got it.
Correct. And I know a lot of people out there listening to this, I know their jobs, some of their jobs are on the line if they get the vaccine or not. Yep. And Myke, you're in the same category.
Well,
sorta.
No, not really. No. And how do you mean, Michael? I mean, can you say it?
Well, I mean, you are sort of like forced in a way to get the vaccine because of what you do, Myke. You travel around. You might have to get the goddamn thing.
Well, the only way it would affect me is if I were to do a tour as a musician. If I were to, go to another country or even in the country, in America, there is a possibility that it would be a hassle if I didn't get the injection. However, for me, right now, I hear birds. What are you, in the jungle?
No, that was your sound drop, Myke. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, for me, the only reason I'm getting it is because of the fact that I'm immune compromised. Having had cancer, it's probably a good. And as I said, I got some advice from a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
In fact, him, Dr. John. We interviewed him, and as a friend, he gave me sound advice. And I trust Doc. He's been a personal friend of mine for, 30 years. And so when I asked him, he told me, he's like, it would probably be advantageous for you considering you have a compromised immune system.
Yeah, since you're banged up already.
Yeah, heavily.
And what about the doctor himself? Is he going to get vaccinated?
Him and his wife already got vaccinated.
They already got the jab.
And that's the important thing.
Right.
You have to know, you got to talk to your doctor and say, did you get the vaccine? And if you did, what's your recommendation? That's my advice, is talk to your doctor. If they didn't get it, then you don't get it.
That's good point. Good point there. But yes, it's quite troubling, Myke. It seems like this issue won't be going away anytime soon.
Nope. They're going to push this. They're going to push this as far as they can. Did you see the latest Project Veritas, where they ended up getting a confession from one of the guys from CNN who said that they used COVID as a fear tactic towards people?
Well, of course.
Basically, yeah.
Well, yeah,
so
it equals ratings as well, Myke.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Fear sells is what he said. And they're going to do the exact same thing as they're doing now with the Green New Deal. They're going to start using words like uh, uh, what the hell was it? Carbon monoxide? Oh crap! I can't remember what monoxide poisoning or something to that effect. I can't remember what it was, but they're going to start using that, and then all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh my god, I got to stop breathing, I got to stop farting, I got to stop driving my car, I got to stop doing all these things because I'm going to destroy the earth. That's what they're going to do. You know what blows my mind, Michael? How these people think they are going to be able to control the world from what we've already done.
Right.
We're not going to win. The earth is going to shake us off like fleas, and it will carry on.
Of course.
And in the meantime, we're going to dig our own grave as humans.
Yeah, the earth will continue. We are irrelevant.
Right. That's right. We are a speck in this magnificently vast universe.
Here's the bad part, though, Mike.
Nothing.
MIT researchers say you are no safer from COVID indoors at 6 feet or 60 feet, by the way.
You know what? I don't even give a crap anymore about COVID. I seriously don't. I don't care. I really don't care because I've been extra careful. I don't go out. I don't have guests over. I mean, I don't have to worry about it.
You're a hermit
anymore.
like
I
am now.
Yeah, totally.
That's a good thing. You're being safe, Mike.
I suppose.
Yeah.
But I'm over it. I just don't care about it anymore. I'm like through with the mask. I'm done. I just don't care.
You're ready to run through the streets, Mike.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
But yes, they're saying the risk of being exposed to COVID-19 indoors is as great at 60 feet as it is at 6 feet, even when wearing a mask, according to a new study.
What's the purpose of wearing a mask?
I have no clue.
They don't know themselves.
That's what I was going to say. The CDC is kind of like NASA. Never a straight answer. Yeah, it's very confusing. All these new things they're saying, I kind of lost track already.
How can you not? It's been going on for more than a year. It's like they don't know themselves.
Now the rules change every few weeks, it seems.
Somebody should put their foot up Fauci's ass. He's another moron.
Well, I don't think it's coming exactly from him. I think it's
no,
many
right.
more other higher levels. But yeah, I hear
it's not coming from him, but him being the political ass sniffing, butt kissing jerk that he is. He don't know what the hell he's talking about either, and they treat him like he's a friggin'. Didn't he just recently go to a ball game and like throw the ball out like he's some kind of a star?
I think you can apply that to everyone in the media. They're all phonies and hacks anyways.
They're all full of crap.
Oh,
Every one of them.
Well, I'm with you on that one, Mike. I have no clue what's going to happen here. The future looks pretty grim to me, Mike.
Bleak.
Yeah, whether you believe in this or not, the impact is still very real. Unless you live in fucking Mars, I don't know.
Hey, well, look, man, you know as well as I do what it's done to the small business person,
right?
Running people out of business, forcing people to work from home, eliminating children from going to school, children to young adults to go into school, giving people $1,400 checks and $1,200 checks and $1,500 checks to stay at home and watch their kids. I mean, what kind of incentive is that to go out and get a job?
America's great.
Isn't it?
I love it.
Especially if you're a Democrat, you could do anything you want and you don't have to worry because you won't go to jail. Just ask the Bidens and the Clintons.
So yes, even with the pandemic going around, Mike, people are still very shitty, by the way. I went down the rabbit hole of YouTube recently, right after I watched your video. I went down the abyss and I found myself watching this one YouTube channel. And, there are several like it, but these boys, they seem to entrap potential pedophiles and expose them for the world to see.
right?
It's pretty awesome, by the way. I didn't even know these things existed, but lots of people out there playing Chris Hansen online.
I was just going to say, are you watching Chris Hansen?
It's almost like that, by the way. These people are kind of like that. They're kind of like Chris Hansen, except, Mike, they are, well, they don't have the budget of a Chris Hansen, but the results are still quite damaging.
So what do they do on this show when you watch it? Like, give us a quick rundown.
Well, I'll play a clip in a moment here, but yeah, these people here, even during a pandemic, they're still trying to like pick up on little girls, and it's crazy because they wanted to meet them like at a Walmart. So now it's like every time I go to Walmart, I feel like questioning everyone in there and saying, "Are you here to meet an underage girl?" I might start asking that to every man I see at Walmart now. I'm going to start saying, "Are you going to pick up a little girl? Is that why you're here?" Yeah, that YouTube thing really ruined me. Now I just feel guilty being at Walmart. Someone's going to accuse me of trying to pick up on an underage girl there. I feel sick after watching that. But yeah, that's what YouTube will do to you. You know, it'll make you feel guilty for even watching this shit, you know?
Well, sex addicts, whether they're pedophiles or adults who have consensual sex.
Even with the pandemic, Mike, they are willing to risk it all. Yeah.
Right. The pandemic means nothing. When sex can be such an addictive thing, and believe me when I tell you, it can be such an addictive thing that you could have a Siberian tiger breathing down your neck, and if some naked girl walks by, or a guy, whatever, or a child, and you're gonna like, oh, I gotta go have sex with that, and you wouldn't even care that a Bengal tiger is about, or a Siberian tiger is gonna eat you. You just like, it doesn't make a difference. Sex addicts are just that. They cannot help themselves to a certain extent.
And here we go, Mike. Here is a clip of one potential menace here, and this is a very short clip, and I wish I could play more clips for you, but the ones on YouTube, they will knock us off here if we do that.
Right on.
Bastards. But here is a clip of a man who looks like a middle-aged school teacher who is pleading for his life, and he is on the verge of tears. Here we go.
It's my understanding that you think you're here to meet a 15-year-old boy tonight. Is that the case?
Yes, I'm sorry.
You're sorry? Okay. If you could just keep your distance from me, if you just want to stand back. I don't want to get too close to you.
I just didn't go. I didn't know.
Okay.
I didn't know. He told me he wouldn't tell anybody.
Okay, well.
I had a feeling that this was a sting operation, and I'm not a child predator. I've never done anything like this before.
Okay, calm down. Look, I'm not a cop. I'm not here to do anything to you. I'm not here to arrest you.
But yeah, you have lots of people like that, Mike, freaking out.
Well, duh.
Yeah. Well, no shit, but yeah, you get
right.
Yeah, but it's awesome.
What a jerk.
Well, you shouldn't be picking up little girls.
Boys.
Or
wasn't even a girl, it was a boy.
Boys or girls, whatever.
You're right. I mean, but when he said boy, like, just
like a politician, right?
At least wait till they're 18.
Well, you know how that goes. Some men out there, they just can't wait.
They can't wait.
They can't wait.
The strange thing is that it's been before these modern times that we live in. And I'm going to say, this is just a theory, guys. Like back up more than 150 years ago. And like things like this were going on for 10,000 years, probably longer. And now we're stopping it by saying, well, we're better than that. We have laws and we're civilized, and we're not civilized. No, humanity isn't civilized. We think we are. We form our societies and our civilizations, but you cannot change 100,000 years of instinct and sexual deviancy. You can't. You just can't change that. And it's going to happen. And they're never going to stop it. Never. Just like you're never going to stop climate change. Just an example.
So you're comparing pedophilia to climate change now?
No, not comparing. It's just what I'm trying to say.
That was a bad example, by the way, but yes.
Okay.
That was a really bad example, by the way. I might have to turn your mic off. Yeah, that was real
What
bad.
What I'm trying to say, there are certain things that are embedded in humanity's way of thinking, like the primitive brain. All right. So when I say you can't change it, when I said you can't change it, like you can't change climate change, is what I'm trying to say is that.
It's kind of extreme. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what? F you. I'm not telling you now. How about that?
You should just drop it. Yeah, you're already fucking up pretty big time here.
Am I really?
Yeah, it was kind. You kind of hit a hard left there. Yeah, back it up. Yeah, just calm down.
I had a method.
Well,
theory.
you fucked up. It's okay though. It happens to the best. It happens to the best of us.
All right.
That's okay.
I'm shutting up. Never mind. I'm not saying nothing now. I'm not talking to you. Ouch. Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you.
My
I'll be
goodness.
Here all night.
Oh, yes. I hear you, though. I understand. I understand. I get you.
Like, I'm not saying it's right. By all means.
I know.
No.
Yeah.
Children are children. And, whether they're here or in Taiwan, you got to think straight. And with the laws the way they are, do you really want to put yourself at risk?
Well, Matt Gaetz put himself at risk, allegedly.
With what?
With a 17-year-old girl.
Did he?
Yeah. There's receipts, allegedly. But I wouldn't know.
Allegedly.
The jury is not out yet. He is innocent until proven guilty.
Did you say Bill Gates?
No. Matt Gaetz. The guy from Florida. Yeah.
Right. Sorry.
The crazy guy from Florida. Our favorite Florida politician. Yes, Matt Gaetz. Good guy, as they say.
Good guy.
He's a good guy. Allegedly.
Real
But
good
yes,
guy.
I can't even imagine being in these people's shoes, by the way, Mike.
No.
The ones who go out there, go to Walmart and, try to meet an underage girl.
Right.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. The amusing part is one of the guys who was putting out this content also was like exposed recently for being like a disgusting, like redheaded piece of shit, in other words.
A redheaded piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you are a redhead, you're a ginger, kind of don't have a soul. Not even like a real person. You don't even exist. I don't even know why you're breathing.
Okay, that's messed up, Michael.
Well, I'm not here to be friends or anything,
I guess I could probably.
Here to tell the truth.
My mother was a redhead.
Your mom was a redhead.
Oh yeah, she had no soul.
Did she know you were a sex addict? Did she know you were meeting people at Walmart at 2 a.m.?
Yeah, right after I got the motor oil, some produce, a couple of light bulbs,
Yeah,
a wrench, and then in the other aisle I got some 14-year-old boy.
My God. My goodness. But pretty much like Chris Hansen, Allegedly, yes. I just thought of Dr. Drew. He was also having a pretty strange sort of a year as well. He's been criticized quite heavily, especially, years ago, he lied about his drug use. For years, he was doing all kinds of drugs back in the day. I mean, who wasn't back in the 80s, right? Who wasn't snorting cocaine, smoking pot? I mean, who wasn't doing that? Who's not doing that now during the pandemic?
They're still doing it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I'm sure a lot of people knew, but if you didn't, surprise. Yeah, Artie Lang was right about Dr. Drew. That guy is a phony.
What exactly happened with him? I'm not sure I'm following. What happened?
You're never following. Which guy are you talking about?
The doctor.
Dr. Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Drew. He is facing all sorts of criticism as of late, Mike. First of all, he was, except for, he's a phony. He's always been a phony. But people are criticizing him now because of what he was saying about COVID. And now they're, since he contracted the virus himself, he kind of changed his tune. That's the sort of criticism he's been, receiving the past year or so. And, I wish I could play some clips for you, but That would get us kicked off here.
Unbelievable. You know who else changed his tune? Ted Nugent.
Ted Nugent, yeah.
Apparently, he had some things.
He caught COVID, right?
Right, he got it, and now he's got allegedly a new outlook on it. Who knows?
Yeah, Ted Nugent. I like Ted Nugent for some odd reason. Not all of his music, but I kind of just like him because he's crazy. He's a wild man.
He is. He's the original wild man. I used to love him in the late 70s and early 80s. I had a few of his records.
Very nice. Very nice.
Tango.
Yeah, so Ted Nugent, he was saying, I thought I was dying. That's what he said on a Facebook Live video recently. Yeah, I'm looking at this article here. He says, I literally could hardly crawl out of bed the last few days, and that's coming from our friend, Mr. Cat Scratch Fever himself, Ted Nugent.
That's right.
Crazy, right?
And he's not the only one. Just about everybody I've spoken to who has had it has felt like they were on their deathbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good God.
Problems breathing, like a bronchial kind of thing, and it just went on forever and ever. Well, not ever, but like weeks and weeks, like a month or more. And but they got through it. So, on one hand, it's really harsh, but it is possible to get through it. So.
Yeah, you'll be cool for a while, but for how long? And then of course you can get sick again, and that's where the conundrum lies, Mike.
Yes.
Get vaccinated, you still get sick. It never ends, Mike.
Have you heard of any cases where people have gotten the vaccination and caught the virus again?
No one personally.
But in the news?
In the news, I think there probably already has been reports of people that have been vaccinated and they still contracted the virus.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think there has been stories, by the way.
Apparently also heard a little confusion on that whole blood clot thing too. I heard Johnson & Johnson just recently made a press release, about the greater good outweighing the 3 people who caught the blood clots and died.
Right.
So I was under the impression it was 6 people who caught it and 1 person who died.
I see.
Apparently it's 3.
Well, Mike, now the CDC says evidence suggests fully vaccinated people do not transmit COVID-19.
That's good.
Allegedly. We don't know if that's true or not, but that is coming from the CDC. So evidently, if you are vaccinated, Mike, you do not transmit COVID-19. That's what the CDC is saying. Don't kill me if you do contract the virus. I don't know. Don't shoot the messenger. I don't know.
No one knows, Mike. No one knows.
Yes, so Dr. Drew is someone who had contracted the virus. And in my opinion, he's no different than the political anchors that everyone seems to worship on television. They're all full of shit. And Dr. Drew is of the same cloth.
Amen.
And this is coming from someone who heard his show for years. It's not like this is some sort of unfair criticism towards Dr. Drew. I'm just displaying my thoughts and opinions for all of you in this sort of audible way here. So yes, Dr. Drew. Loveline. Nothing like it back in the day. It's terrible that he contracted the virus. I feel terrible for him. I hope he feels better. And of course he is better. He's got the money. He'll be fine.
Probably just needs a 14-year-old boy.
Oh, yeah. He'll be better in that case, for sure. He's one of those Hollywood types, so yeah. He's been around those parties, yeah.
Allegedly.
You do cocaine, you get drunk. You are in the Hollywood elite. You go to those parties in a mansion. One thing leads to another. I mean, Mike, I've been to some of those parties, but I did not partake. I got out of there. I just thought, where the fuck am I? Hollywood Hills, 2005.
Really? May I ask who you were at? Like what party you were at?
I can't disclose that.
Okay. Can you give us a hint without actually giving a name?
I'll tell you off air.
Okay. Right.
No, that was 2007. Sorry. Yeah, that was a long time ago. A very, very long time ago. Almost a different lifetime ago, I would say. I was a different human being there.
Okay.
Oh, yes. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are free to call in for those out there listening, typing away on their keyboards in the chat room. I mean, you can call in. It's okay to say whatever is on your mind. We appreciate honesty here. I don't judge anyone. If you are listening to this, you are automatically cool by me. So 424-666-2425. Step it up.
Come on, people.
Yeah, don't be a pussy. Call in.
Any liberals out there?
They all might be liberals since they're all scared. I mean, they're all here. They can all hear us just fine. But they just sit there and type away, Mike. I don't understand.
I do.
I really don't understand.
Come on, people, call.
Yeah, so Mike, before we get into more news here and emails, I did see that video that you were a part of.
Oh, yes, the Myke Hideous Pretty Faces music video.
Oh, yes. And before we get into that, Mike, we do have a caller here.
All right.
Let's bring him in. Caller, you are live on the air and your phone is going odd here. I don't know why.
Hello?
Oh, I know why. You have the show on in the background. Can you please turn that off?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear, yes.
Well, I am calling in today because you brought up an excellent subject about these Illuminati sex orgies at parties
That's
that
true.
you partaken in 2007.
I didn't do it.
Do you believe
I got out of there?
Well, I'm glad you did because some of the criminal acts that happened.
That's true.
In these parties.
Yes.
My father is a producer, and he told me a story about how they get these Indonesian or Indian or foreigners, young kids,
Right.
Anywhere from 12 to 14 years old, and they take them out in these yachts. And basically, it's the trip of no return for these young kids that suffer tremendously. I don't even want to imagine what happens to them, but it's called the trip of no return because they throw them overboard when they're done with their fetishes and snuff movies and all this craziness that happens in this boat. Have you heard of any of these reports that are coming out more and more now?
Yes, most of the time they get swept under the. Yeah, most of the time they get swept under the rug. By the way, but yes, these things do happen, ladies and gentlemen. Caller, go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off there.
Right. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I hear you loud now. But yes, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was wondering if you have heard anything about Prince, the prince that got in trouble with this multimillionaire that used to fly Clinton to his island. Now he got killed in jail, or at least that's what they say. You know?
mean Jeffrey Epstein?
You're right, correct. And he was apparently involved in some of these. Getting rid of the bodies overseas, apparently.
Oh, yes. It's all true.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But I believe a lot of what you read is very accurate about our friend, Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. The rumors are true.
Right. And, you that are more aware of this, maybe you know something about Bill Clinton and all the trips. You think that a president with all the clearances and all the inside information would get on a plane with a person that was already convicted in Florida, right?
Right.
To fly on his private plane to go to this island when the reputation was already tarnished.
How scandalous, right?
And you would think, correct.
No shame.
And,
yeah.
And you would think that somebody with the clearance and the information and all the charity, the Clinton Foundation, and everything that gets on a plane and flies down there where there's obviously rape and all types of sexual activities going on and perversities. It's just crazy. All these things that are coming out now is just unbelievable. And I'm sure more is going to come out it's people are enough,
That's right. People are waking up to all these things that are going on, and especially with Matt Gaetz, the Florida politician who is facing some very serious allegations. Of course, he is innocent until proven guilty. I will keep saying that here. We don't know for sure, but it doesn't look good. It's not a good look.
Right. No, I know very well what's going on with him.
Sure.
Because I kind of grew up in that same circle.
Yeah.
And for him to be an attorney, he's still more of a fraternity person from college, paying for escorts on, like a PayPal type of deal. I don't remember the exact name. But
it was Venmo.
As a PayPal.
Yes, it's a Venmo.
Right.
He was paying these women allegedly, or somebody was paying these women through Venmo allegedly. But again, when there is a paper trail, it doesn't look good on you. Eventually, your ass is grass if that's the case.
Yes.
Follow the money trail.
And then the memo that they wrote on the expenses was ridiculous. Ice cream. I don't know what else.
Walmart.
Stupid. Walmart.
Yeah.
Ice cream. Plastic cups. What is this? A fraternity party between young Republicans? The guy is such a moron.
Right.
And I know that the Secret Service or the U.S. Marshals, took his phone and,
Can you believe that, though, man? How arrogant do you have to be, though, to go through all these loops? You already know that you're doing something wrong, yet you're still doing it. I mean, it's not like he's this complete idiot. He knew what he was doing. But no shame.
Yes,
no shame.
He's a complete idiot.
If he did it, by the way.
Yeah. I'm sorry?
I'm saying if he did it, that is.
Right. Yeah. You're absolutely right. But I want to thank you for always being very informative. You have a great program. We're huge fans down here.
Love that.
And we want to thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you so much. And by the way, I just looked up Jeffrey Epstein, and now he is facing a new lawsuit from a man who claims the late sex trafficker exploited him after hiring him as a high school intern back in 2013.
Gotta ask yourself how he's going to pay that now that he's dead.
Right. His soul will pay somehow.
Yeah, I hope so.
If there is a soul, that is. But yes, caller, thank you so much for weighing in.
Yes, if I could just
go ahead.
say that I am also a big fan of Myke Hideous.
Right on.
Who is this?
Can I please say hello to him?
He's listening. Go ahead.
I'm here.
Say hi.
It's such an honor. Hi. A big fan.
Are you?
I'm a huge fan of your music. I saw you in New York when you were with Empire Hideous, right? You were in that band?
Yes, yeah, I was with them for a while. Yes.
Yeah, and then with the Misfits, correct?
Yeah, I was with them too.
You can find them at Walmart, by the way. It's another joke there, but yes.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
When I saw that he was joining your program, I told all my friends we need to jump and call.
Exactly.
Call right away.
Yeah, you need to call in. You need to tell a friend. Yeah.
Such an honor to be speaking with you and to be speaking with Mr. Myke Hideous, a huge fan. I heard that you were in a band called Memento Mori.
Yeah, that band sucks.
Oh.
We are waiting for the release. We're big fans of yours.
Will that be
that band? They're not going anywhere. That band. I heard that guitar player. He's
the band sucks? Is that what's going on?
He's hanging out at Walmart.
He's hanging out at Walmart. Yeah, at 2 a.m. Oh my! I hope that's not the case.
You're such a jerk.
You're such a dick, Mike. How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare
He's
you?
My cousin.
He's your cousin? Oh, okay. You sound just like him.
Well, thank you for the plug. But anyways.
Yes, sir.
Well, I meant everything that I said
until my city were at Walmart. Yes.
Guys.
I hear you.
You know what? I am going to Walmart
to
have malt liquor, like one of those big cans of beer, like
yes,
the
sir.
big ones. The blacks drink that, right?
The black.
So
wow. Whoa. That was a hard left there.
Malt liquor. That's what I'm going to start drinking because he made me feel really bad.
Yes, sir. Holy hell. Well, caller, thank you so much. Holy shit. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Don't
Yes,
meet any
sir.
underage girls at Walmart. Yes, sir. There he goes. Thank you for that. Now, that was a great call. Holy hell.
Oh, I'm sweating from that one.
Me too. The hell happened there?
That was hilarious.
I don't know what just happened there, ladies and gentlemen, but that was a great call there, and
I got tears in my eyes. I'm laughing so hard.
I hope he doesn't go to Walmart though. And on a serious note, that was something else, boys and girls.
Man, yeah, that was a car crash.
It really was. It really was. I don't know what to make of it, but yes, we do have another caller here. Caller, you are live on the air. Please make this good, or I will kill myself on the air.
Yeah, I just want to say what kind of a biggest hypocrite you are, blocking people from your chat room.
You should eat a dick, you fucking moron. Fuck you. My chat, and I'll do whatever the fuck I want. You are a caller. You're a scumbag, lower than life, piece of shit calling into my show. Go fuck yourself.
Allegedly.
Piece of shit.
Wait a minute. I didn't even. Did you hang? Oh shit. Sorry about that. I knocked the mic over. Did you hang up on him?
I have no idea what happened there.
What did he say exactly? I didn't hear the whole thing. All I heard is he called you a hypocrite, didn't he?
I don't know what he said.
Or me a hypocrite. Well, one of us was a hypocrite.
Either way, he's gone.
Oh, okay. Did you hear what he said though?
I don't know what he said. Something about being a hypocrite, but I couldn't really take it too long. I have a very short, patience here and temper.
I'm surprised, Michael. I really am surprised you. I thought you would have let him speak his mind and then cut his head off.
Fuck him. He could tell his story walking. Kick rocks, you fucking cunt.
Rocks. That's a good one. I like that. Kick rocks, you moron.
That's a reminder to all of you out there. Don't let the voice fool you. I'll beat the shit out of you. In person or verbally.
Oh. Okay. Whew.
I kind of want that caller to come back now.
I do too.
He's probably at Walmart, though.
I want to hear what he had to say. Damn it.
He's probably at Walmart.
Buying malt liquor and
malt
oil.
liquor. Jesus.
Motor oil.
I want your the guy's cousin to call back, by the way. I miss him.
Yeah.
He was good. But yes, that guy, he's the cousin of your guitarist, correct?
No, I think that was my guitarist.
Or you think that was him?
I think it was him. I'm pretty sure it sounded just like him. So
you don't think he would have revealed himself?
No.
Not in a sexual way, but
Yeah, no, I don't. I think he was just messing with us when he called.
Why would he do that?
I think he was just having fun. I'm not sure. I think it was probably more to bust my balls, if anything.
It was the Walmart thing.
Yeah, that and the fact that he was playing. I'm such a big Hideous fan.
By the way, in the chat, they said, I think it was from Cave Coon. They said something about, they were wondering when you said something about sexual addiction, I believe, in the chat. I think they said that. They were wondering, what do you know about that? Since you're a virgin, they're saying.
Yes, I am a virgin.
Yes, that's what Cave Coon was saying, yes.
Yeah, well, may I remind you, I was in a rock band for 30 years. So sex was like a handshake for me.
Yeah, it was like drinking water for Myke.
Pretty much. I'm not bragging. I'm stating the honest truth.
You were just living life and you were banging away.
I mean, I'm not bragging. I really am not. But I'm going to be truthful with you. And I even mention it in my book a number of times. Like the sex and the drugs were rampant. It was there all the time, everywhere. I mean, look, man, there was a point in time when I was like seeing like 60 different women.
60 different women?
Yeah.
You were seeing 60 different women at one time.
I was seeing. Michael.
Are you Muslim now? What the fuck?
Wish I was, but I'm not bragging here. I'm being honest with you. There was a point in time in the mid 90s. Was it the mid 90s? Yes, the mid 90s, where I had reached a point where I was with a different girl almost every night.
I thought you were going to say you were with a different guy every night.
Well, no, that came later. No.
That came later, yeah.
I was straight then, and I'm straight now.
But so, they tried, though. They try to convert you, in other words.
Oh, they always try to convert.
Yeah. Being in a rock and roll band, there's lots of male groupies out there,
Yep.
It is kind of
frightened me.
It is kind of crazy, though, that there are lots of male groupies out there.
Oh, yeah. I had a guy tonight wrote to me, told me, he was like, "You're the best. I love you. You're so hot looking."
Whoa.
I'm like,
whoa.
Thanks, Antonio.
Man.
I mean, what do I say to that?
Wow. Look at you.
I'm not gay or anything, but I can appreciate it if they want to tell me that they think I'm hot or they like me. I'm okay with that.
You're cool with it. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with my sexuality.
All good, yeah.
Yeah, I know who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sound like an Italian right there.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. It's my Jersey side coming out.
That's right. Good Lord, man.
Anyway, but like I said,
good job, though.
If I may just answer that question.
Good on you, though, Myke. Good on you. Men, women, everything finds you attractive. That's a good sign right there.
Thank you. And as I was saying, there was a point in time where I was with a lot of girls, and it becomes somewhat addictive. Like,
you've been with women from around the world.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah. Believe it or not, though, when I was, and you even asked me this question once before when you used to interview me like 10 years ago. And the question was, "Myke, tell us about your tour and how many chicks you had." And I remember telling you, it's even in my book, I had one girl on tour.
Oh, yes, that was the overseas tour, yeah.
That was the European tour.
Mm-hmm.
The South American tour, I had nothing.
It was a dry spill.
Yeah, I guess.
It was a bit of a dry spill, yeah. Well, that happens out on the road.
Yeah, I suppose.
I guess you can't win them all.
I was with a group of people.
You're with a group of men. I mean, it's not. You're not gonna get laid that easy. You gotta separate yourself a little bit, you know.
You're with a group of men who are famous and in a band. I mean, women could throw themselves. I mean, maybe not in that band, but my band.
Yeah, that
I
band.
would go places.
When you were with the Misfits, though, I mean, you know, like 80% of the 80% of the listeners are guys. So
are guys, right? Yeah, it's a punk rock scene. It's not. I hate to sound cliche, but we weren't Motley Crue or Van Halen. You know, that's a different scene. Girls were throwing themselves at heavy metal artists all the time.
All the time, yeah.
Metallica there's a story about Metallica, like going, you know, after concert, they went into the shower. There's like 24 girls in the shower.
I mean, we should have asked Michael Alago about this sort of thing.
Like asking him personally?
Well, not him, you know, I don't want to know what he was up to, but I'm sure he saw, you know, what the other bands were bringing in every night.
Actually, Michael Alago snuck into the shower when we were taking showers.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, he was effing around though, you know.
Good Lord.
This was in Amsterdam, and he flew out to see us. And I remember we were like, after the show, we're in the shower, and he jumped in and goes, peekaboo!
Wow.
Like, oh my God.
That's like having Liberace jump in the shower with you. Holy.
Wow.
Holy hell. Don't tell him I said that.
I'm sure he'd laugh.
I know. He's a good guy.
He is.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. By the way, David Rubini says, yo, Hideous. Whoa, I popped the mic there. He says, yo, Hideous, question. What age range, question mark, youngest and oldest chick, question mark, question mark, question mark. So
youngest
he wants to,
and oldest?
Right. He wants to know the youngest you laid down and the oldest you laid rail to, yes.
In my old age, the youngest was 19.
That's when you were on the road.
No, that was in my apartment, in my studio.
Ah.
Two of them, actually. And the other was, I think... let's see, I was 30 something. She was, I think the oldest one was 48 or 50, maybe 54. I don't remember.
So she was like a cougar.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She was and she taught me things. Oh my
God.
My. Oh my God.
Wow. Look at you.
The things she taught me.
She made you a man.
She made me more than a man, let me tell you.
Wow.
Unfortunately, she's no longer on this earth.
She died of COVID.
No, she died in December. Oh, golly. I want to say 2011, I think. Cancer.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Breast cancer.
Too bad. Yeah. And she was in I wouldn't say a famous band, but a very popular punk rock band.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I'm curious to know.
The name. Yeah, I'm not going to mention the name because that'll give it away, but she was a very popular lead singer for a very popular band that was from San Francisco.
It's probably a good thing that you don't reveal that because, you know, I did talk about this girl that I did lose my virginity to. I didn't really disclose that on the show per se, but I sort of talked about it somewhere else and that sort of got picked up on. And, well...
back to her?
Kinda. The thing is, she's not famous or, well, she's pretty known now. I mean, she's like a Suicide Girl model now. And listeners
those
were...
Suicide models? Those model girls?
Correct. Heavily tattooed, yes. So anyways... Yeah, so anyways, I was getting emails from people saying, oh, I know who it was. And then I got an email from her saying there's different people messaging me about you. I thought, oh, fuck, I'm sorry about this.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You know, you got to respect other people's privacy and you know, legitimacy. So, yeah, that's why I'm not going to mention the girl's name.
Right. So, well, people are freaks online. You know, I didn't know this was going to happen, but people go out there and do all kinds of crazy shit and try to get you in trouble with this person and that person or the other.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it's a fun game, but they could not get me in trouble for anything. I was just stating facts, that's all.
Yeah. I mean, if as long as you're stating a fact, that's
they
one
weren't-
thing. When
Yeah, she wasn't mad at me or anything. She was cool. She just didn't want a bunch of people messaging her about the past.
And you know what? Right, she has that right. I'm the same way.
Sure.
To be truthful, I mean, if there's something incriminating that was supposed to be kept quiet and private, I don't want to. I don't
we're
want
not going to disclose that.
Right.
No doubt. But yes, the
And
internet.
believe me, I've
scary.
had my share, Michael.
Oh yeah. So, Mike, let's make it official here. I think we have some news to get through here, Mike.
Yes.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Almost an hour in, and we're barely going to the news.
Wait, I got to go to Walmart. I'll be back.
You're going to go to Walmart?
Yeah. I got to pick up some motor oil and some lubrication.
And some underage women? Is that what's going to happen here? Am I going to see you on one of these videos on YouTube, Mike?
But let's be clear. The women I was with, they were over age. They were of age, I should say.
They were way old.
They were, well, the two of them were young, but they were consenting adults over 18.
Very good. So no Me Too movements will be going after you, in other words.
Absolutely not.
Very good.
Can I tell you one thing before we get into the news real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Got all the time in the world.
I'll make it quick, though. There was a point in time where there was a girl who I sincerely believe was trying to entrap me.
Entrap you, yeah.
This is weird. Now, before anybody jumps to conclusion, let me just say in a quick sentence what happened. She came at me at a show, gave me her phone number, wanted to talk. I gave her a call. She tells me I'm 18, she says. I'm like, all right, she's consenting, but it's still young.
That's better than 15, though.
Well, here's what happened. Eventually, she comes straight with me, and I'm because she's saying things, and I'm like, how old are you? And she's like, I'm 15.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, do you have any idea how much trouble I could get into? And if you had told me you were 18 and something did happen, do you realize that I could go to jail, and they'll kill me? I'm like, and I told her, I said, look, and here's what's weird.
Was
Michael,
this last week, by the way?
No, this was like in 2003.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure.
I think it was either 2002 or 2003.
I was dialing 911. That's all.
So here's what's happening. So I continued to talk with her, but I knew in my mind nothing was going to happen. Nothing. No kissing, nothing. Because I'm not stupid. But then I start getting these emails.
Oh, my God.
I start getting emails from somebody who I have no idea who they were, but making suggestive comments like, oh, I see Mike is into little girls. And I'm like, I knew exactly what was happening. I'm like, okay, I get it. And so I told her, I said, look, do you have any idea who it is that is now contacting me by email and, making it so that I look like I'm guilty of doing something? She's like, no, I have no idea. I found out later she was, from what she told me,
part of Mossad.
Her father was a cop.
Ah, Mossad.
Mossad?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Israeli police force, yes.
Oh, okay.
Well
I told her.
Not really, but yes, go ahead. Sorry.
I told her, I said, you know what? I said, call me when you're 18. I said, I'll talk to you later. And that was the end of that.
And then she was outside your window.
No, she lived in another state.
Oh, thank God.
Thank goodness, yeah.
You avoided a lawsuit there, Mike.
Well, again, Michael, I wasn't looking for an underage girl.
No, I know.
She lied to me. She lied.
Women lie about their age.
She told me she was 18. I believed her. And it was still young for me. And I was like, 18's really pushing it. Not that 19 wasn't, but, at least the 19-year-olds that I knew were from college. This particular girl said she was 18, but wasn't, and completely lied to me, and then tried to play it off like, oh, she's telling me, oh, I want you to be my first. I want you to be. I'm like, what? No.
Wow.
Yeah, really messed up.
How scary.
Exactly. And as I said, since then, I'm not going to play that game. No way.
Smart. Yeah, you don't want to get caught up in that.
Hell no.
That is a game you will not win, especially in today's society. In any society, I mean, it's not a good look.
Nope.
But even now, it's even worse.
And
in my opinion.
Obviously ruin your life.
That's what I mean, yeah. I mean, any little allegation like that, it's a done deal, Myke.
Absolutely. So yeah, no, I don't go there, man.
You don't go to Walmart after 1 a.m. You're a smart man. You're a very smart man.
You know, when I mentioned the whole thing about the 19-year-olds, I mean, again, that was consensual. I knew them.
You were adults. Yeah.
They were adults. They didn't act like they were 13 or stupid. And, you know, as long as it's of consensual age, no matter what anyone thinks, if they're too young or not, if they are of consensual age, it's okay. I mean, let's face it. That's the law.
That's the law, right? The law of the land, which you must obey. I wish other men would do the same, but these politicians out there, I mean, you know, they don't care. They let it all out. I mean, look at our friend Bill Clinton. You think he didn't sleep with any underage girls at one time or another?
Who knows?
When you party, you know, you do all kinds of stuff. When you have that kind of money, you attend these parties. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure it's likely he could have done a few bad things, Myke, in life.
You think?
Oh, I don't think.
I mean, the alleged body count of the Clintons.
I could just look right into his eyes and tell you that I know for sure that he's done something illegal and disgusting and something that could possibly get him executed.
And again, politician, nothing happens.
Oh, of course not. No one goes to jail.
No.
By the way, somebody was calling, but they hung up. I'm not quite sure who it was.
Probably Walmart.
Probably someone that works at Walmart. They're very angry.
By the way,
yeah,
what was did Gates run for the presidency this year or last year?
I don't believe he did. Hold on, we do have a call here. Maybe this is a good call. Maybe it's a bad call. Caller, go ahead.
Yes, hello.
Whoa, you are very loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am actually Anthony Marr. I play guitar for
Whitesnake?
Myke Hideous.
Oh,
and,
Whitesnake.
I thought you played guitar for Whitesnake there.
I play for different major bands, but I don't want to get into it. You know,
you don't want to brag. You don't want to brag. I hear you.
No, because I was in bands that we had real women waiting for us.
Wow, look
after
at you!
The show.
My God.
You know,
there's a top guy here, Myke. You got the women waiting for him.
We got showered in champagne and an all type of the most. I mean, you would have to watch triple X porno times 3 to imagine the things that we would do.
That good, huh?
But I want to attest to. I'm actually mad because my cousin didn't go to Walmart, but he went to the Indian 7-Eleven.
Oh,
and
it's even worse.
Well, he's all messed up now. So
I bet.
I
bet he's all messed up. That's true.
And it's I'm glad that Myke is laughing, you know, because now he's going to bench strength, and I'm going to have to look after him and bait him. He might, you know, have shit all over himself. I have no idea. But anyways, he deserved it because he called. He's a big fan of you guys. But I can attest that Myke had an orgy once.
Holy hell!
With two women in Europe, in Holland, as a matter of fact. So he's not totally gay, but
just a little bit. He's just a little gay.
But I mean, I think he's bi-curious.
Bi-curious, so he's half gay, right?
Yeah, he likes. I mean, it happens.
It happens.
You drink.
Sure.
You drink, and
you drink your party.
The imagination will take you to other places.
It'll take you far.
You want to try new things.
You want to experiment.
And,
it's true.
Never know. But he had girls.
He's had girls. That's good.
He had girls,
good to know.
And I don't know. Like when we have conversations, I feel a little bit like he's hit on me sometimes. But I don't know. I think he wrote.
Oh my God.
I think he wrote me a love song.
He probably did.
And,
he probably did.
And I was trying to figure out the meaning of Between Us. A song that he wrote. It's a masterpiece.
Yeah, he's romantic. I didn't know Myke was so romantic.
Well, yeah, it turned into a ballad, complete ballad.
Yeah,
and,
80s ballad, right?
It's between me. I mean, it's our band, so I'm trying to figure out between us where that's going to take us. So,
it might take you far, this relationship.
Between Us is actually a song about a threesome where Anthony is in the middle.
That's always a great place to be in a threesome in the middle. A lot of love there.
When I was touring Europe, I bought a chastity belt from the Roman Empire, so
oh my God.
I'm going to have to wear that on tour.
Well, best of luck to you in the dick belt. I hope it works out for you there. I really do.
I'm so what a jerk that guy who called you and started messing with you, man.
Don't feel bad about the mouth breathers out there. It's okay. We like them.
Yeah. Well, what a crazy lunatic, But anyways, Myke, thank you very much. My cousin now is drinking again after sobriety, and and he's in Walmart.
He's at Walmart. Yeah.
He's a redneck, so he might deserve that.
He's at Walmart for sure if he's a redneck.
Hey, I was at Walmart today.
But he probably went to buy 12 like bullets and all the crap that the rednecks do.
Yeah,
so,
the trailer people do. Yes, right.
With the chocolate face. Okay.
Oh my God! Jesus Christ!
We love you.
We love you too. My God.
I'm going to look for my cousin now.
Okay,
ciao,
goodbye,
ciao.
Tony.
Bye, brother. My God.
What a crackpot.
And these are your bandmates, Myke? You hang out with these kind of people?
That was Tony again.
You know these degenerates, Myke? You hang out with these people? You know that guy?
Oh my God, Michael!
Holy hell!
Do you know who Michael T is?
Michael T?
Yeah, he is a performer in New York City. He's gay. He's gay.
So he's been to Walmart a couple times. Or he's tapped his foot in bathroom stalls. Is that what you're saying, Myke?
He actually performed with me at the Limelight for Myke Hideous. He actually whipped me when we did a song, a cover of from the.
He whipped you? Is that what you said?
Yes, there's a song.
Were you clothed when this happened?
I'm trying to tell you.
Sorry, go ahead. My imagination's going wild.
There's a song, a cover we did from the play Jesus Christ Superstar. It's called 39 Lashes. It's when Jesus Christ gets whipped by the Roman guard when Pontius Pilate has him.
Like Passion of the Christ.
Exactly.
Cool.
39 times.
Okay.
So it's a real great song that is on the play. So what we did is we kind of, changed it into a rock song, a heavy rock song. And what would happen is I would stop singing. I'd have another guy come out and sing. And basically, when I say sing, you're just counting 1, da, 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 and 2, da, 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 and 3. And each time the person counts, the other person is whipping. So I step away from the mic. I get turned around. They rip my shirt open, and I get whipped by a guy who's whipping and someone else is singing. So Michael T., who is a big-time he's very popular in New York City. He used to perform at the Limelight all the time. And he's one of my gay friends that I met early on in my career. And I'll never forget the night I went to the bank in New York City, and I was with a girl at the time. This was 1995, possibly 96. And I was tripping on MDMA. You know what that is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for those of you who don't, MDMA is a wonderful drug, but don't do it, allegedly. And it
FBI, open up!
Hang on, somebody's at my door. Hold on a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
So one night we're tripping, and Michael shows up, and we start talking, and who do you think stuck his tongue down Michael's throat?
Oh, boy.
Me.
Good God. Look at you, Myke. You are just a degenerate.
Disgusting.
You are just a sick man, Myke.
I am disgusting,
Wow.
perverted sicko. But again, I'm totally secure with my sexuality and my man.
I will eat your ass.
That was Alex Jones, by the way. He will eat ass, too. You know, he eats ass.
Oh, my God. Apparently,
I will eat your ass.
I will eat your ass.
I've never have eaten ass before, by the way.
And I am proud to say neither have I.
I've never stuck my tongue in anyone's ass before. I just feel like I have to tell all the listeners out there for some odd reason.
Yes.
Yeah, my tongue's never been inside anyone's ass.
And good for you.
Right.
That is an exit only.
Some people do that, though. Some people eat ass.
Dude, they do more than that sometimes with the butt.
I will eat your ass.
Yum, yum.
I believe Alex Jones probably eats ass. He probably does. He has that face, you know, the eating ass face. Like he's done it a number of times.
I didn't know there was a face look for that.
There is. There is. I mean, if I look at you and into your eyes, I mean, I could tell. I know everything about you. Once I look into those eyes,
you're an ass eater.
I know if you eat ass. I know if you've been with lesbians. I know if you are a lesbian. If I see you, you know, directly eye to eye, like I know. I'm like Medusa. I just, you know, turn people to stone. Medusa. Don't look directly in my eyes, Myke. I might
you're an
turn you to stone.
Ass-eating lesbian.
An ass-eating lesbian. That's true. It's a good name for a band.
Yeah, right. Ass-eating lesbians.
That'd be a great name for a band.
I will eat your ass.
That's
and
right.
They can
Alex
use
Jones.
that for their opening.
That would be a great opening bit there for that band. But yes, Myke, I have never eaten ass before. I'm not sure if I want to eat ass. I don't know, man. You know, you get E. coli. I'm not sure what's up with some of these people out there. These trends. I mean, all the cool kids are, you know, putting tongues up people's asses. I don't know. I don't know.
I never got into that. I never got into the butt. Never.
When you were on tour, did any of these women stick their tongue in your ass?
Well, that's a different story.
That's a different story. Okay, well, go ahead and tell me about that.
Okay, so one time this girl's got her tongue in my butt. And this was in New York City. And
my God. Are you sure this wasn't at a Walmart?
Quite an experience, I'll tell you. I never experienced anything like that before.
So a woman has eaten your ass before?
Well,
be honest. Be honest.
All right.
Go ahead, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth, Myke.
All right. It was a guy, and I had my tongue in his ass. No.
Wow.
That's a visual. No. That was a lie, allegedly. I have had experiences with women who have done certain things for me.
Sure. Okay, here we go.
I never asked for it, mind you.
I say,
for me, the behind is an exit only. I do not relish the idea of sticking things in it or pulling things out of it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, Myke, I understand. Good God.
That was a long pause, Michael.
That was a very long, dramatic pause there, yeah. Wow.
Crack up at the end.
Man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, hey, whatever turns them on doesn't necessarily mean that it turns me on.
So she tossed your salad.
Is that what they call it?
I believe so. I mean, I do recall that term used back in the early 90s, early 2000s, when, you would eat ass or someone would eat your ass. It would be called, getting your salad tossed, I believe. Yeah.
Honestly, I thought that was when you had anal sex. I didn't think it was for cunnilingus.
I think it's a combination of both. I mean, that sort of took on a whole different meaning as the years snowballed there. Yeah. So it could have a double meaning. Yeah. It's one of those double entendres. Sure.
Yeah. Like the word retard or something.
Right. Means all sorts of things.
People don't realize that so many people use the name, like the term retarded, when they're talking about something that's not right, but it's not an offensive word being used towards mentally handicapped people.
Sure. So, Myke, having this sort of experience that you had with, this woman's tongue in your ass, did it really change your perspective and how you see homosexuality by any chance? I'm just curious.
What's the question? What?
Yeah, having that sort of experience with, tongue up your ass, did you sort of like feel that you have a better understanding of homosexuals and what they do?
No, I just wanted to hear you say that again.
Ah, okay. Don't worry. I often say a lot of things out loud when I'm alone because I like the way they sound. I'm insane. Go ahead.
Me too.
Sure.
No. I don't think it. First of all, it had nothing. It didn't make me change my mind or appreciate anything that had anything to do with homosexuality. No. All I'm saying is that I have experienced some strange sexual encounters through my encounters with the women who I've been with.
You've been sexually liberated, in other words.
Liberated, exactly.
Right.
That's probably the best term for it because, as I said,
Michael, it sounds more beautiful when you put it that way, right? It sounds more enduring.
Yeah. So it's all about again, I was a musician. I had women in my life all the time.
Right.
Again, I'm not bragging. I swear I'm not bragging. I'm simply saying these are things that guys experience, and women for that matter.
Women too, right.
When they are in a public eye and are, sought after, if you will, by their fans. And for the record, I never took advantage of any woman that may have come on to me. I was especially very adamant about not getting involved with women who were drunk or high on drugs, because that impairs your judgment. And there were a few times, but never like a first time meeting a girl kind of thing. There would never. I would never do that.
Very wise, Myke. It's a good thing that you did not go down that road.
Yeah, never would.
Yes. Holy hell, Myke. That was a great story there.
Was it really? Thank you.
Yeah, I had a great time. It's a great tale.
We have gone so far off key. We were about to do the news, and look where we are, talking about butt sex and licking.
We're talking about eating ass, getting your ass eating, yeah. Talking about the past.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a good time so far, I would have to say.
Heck yeah.
Oh yes. But we have to get a little serious here now, Myke.
Yes, sir.
So we do have a very tragic story here in our hands here. Myke, this time Ohio released more body cam footage of a fatal shooting of a teenage girl. I'm sure all of you have seen the footage by now. Everyone is talking about this sort of thing. It seems like things escalated quite heavily, Myke. I mean, you see both family members of both parties on site, and I guess there was a bit of an incident. And one of the teenagers, you can clearly see in this video, has a knife in her hands.
Yeah, the big one.
Right. You did see this video then.
Yeah, she stabbed the girl in the pink, right?
That's right. So this was like something out of an action movie, Myke. This is probably the best way to describe it. And I remember that police officer only having like a split second to make that decision. Mm-hmm. So yes, one of the teenagers, you can clearly see in the video, has a knife in her hands, and she is just inches away from stabbing another woman in the neck with that knife. And the police officer opened fire, eliminating the hostile teenager and saving the other woman's life.
Right. So in your opinion, what do you think was the proper move? Do you think he did the right thing?
I believe he did do the right thing. I don't want the cop facing any charges. Personally speaking, I think that officer is a hero. I know some will say it was, deadly force. It was very unnecessary.
Nope.
He didn't even do X, Y, and Z.
Nope.
But these situations are difficult to process at the time. You know, I blame the parents initially for all this. And of
That's
course,
right.
I blame the kids for being shitheads.
That's right. That's right.
But yes,
Thank you.
I would be thanking the officer for saving my life, to be honest. Inches away from
right.
death, and this police officer shows up out of nowhere and saves your ass. I mean, you bet I would be thanking this guy every day.
Michael, I got to ask you a question. The girl in the pink, did she survive?
To be honest with you, I'm not quite sure. That's a great question. Or is she dead?
The reason I ask is because I'm curious about what she thinks. She was a black woman as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
sure.
The whole thing that's going on now is racist.
No, she's dead, by the way. She was.
Who? The girl in the pink?
Yeah, the girl that got shot.
Oh, no. Wait. The girl. Wait, I'm confused. Who stabbed who? Was it the big girl with the knife?
The girl in pink was about to get stabbed.
Right. So the big girl.
She was wearing black.
Knife.
Yes, she was wearing black and blue jeans.
So that's right. Did she get shot?
Yes.
No.
Well, no. The girl with the black holding a knife obviously got shot, Mike. Yes.
Okay. That's what I was a little confused about, because what I'm trying to figure out is the girl in the pink, who I'm assuming survived.
She survived. She's fine.
So I'm curious to know what she thinks.
I want to know what she thinks too. That's a great question.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she was the one whose life got saved
by
this.
She's fine.
This effing maniac, juvenile delinquent asshole, and everybody's saying racist.
That looked like no little kid, by the way, judging from the video. That ain't no little anything.
She ain't no little anything. She's
ain't no little girl.
Fat slob.
It's a big woman there, and she was ready to harm the other woman in pink in this video. Right. But listen, you know, I would be thanking the officer's life if that was me in that situation. Inches away from death.
Yep.
And the police officer, again, saved your life. You bet I'd be thankful. At the end of the day, though, that girl should have never picked up that knife, and all of these things could have easily been prevented, just like what happened to, George Floyd, another great example. I mean, if he didn't leave his house, he could have just stayed home and gone high. He would have probably been alive today, or it would have worked out.
Yep. Popped in one of his pornos.
Again, all of these sort of things could be easily avoided. The cop could have easily just repositioned his knee when he was, on his neck. There's all these little things that come into play, but, that's neither here or there. But case in point, Mike, all these things can have been fucking easily prevented on all sides. All of these things were super unnecessary at the end of the day.
Yep.
But yes, Mike, people need more common sense. The cop needed more common sense. The teenage girl needed more common sense. I mean, Mike, I'm going to throw a joke at you, but who brings a knife to a gunfight? She should have armed herself,
Look, she was guilty. Yes, and I'm so sick and tired of hearing of this, even Colin Pumpernick or whatever the hell that football player's name is, who
Kaepernick,
takes
yes.
Kaepernick, whatever his stupid name is. He's another moron saying that he's sick and tired of black people being shot. Excuse me, but these are criminals who are about to do something horrific. A police officer is doing his job, saves a girl's life by shooting this fat fart and doing what he had to do. But now it's a racist thing? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. It's a little far-fetched there. And DFS Donovan says there is another body cam video after the shooting showing that lady in pink thanking the cop.
Oh, gee.
So she did thank the cop.
How about that?
That's a good thing. So she has enough common sense to think, holy shit, the cop saved my life. So I'm sure she's quite thankful, Mike, as anyone else would be in that situation.
As I said, I'd love to hear what that woman has to say, if she thinks it was a racist attack. And I really think that the society should wake up to what the hell is going on here with this nonsense about racism and the possibility of systematic execution of blacks against from white police officers, when statistics show more white criminals are shot by black cops than vice versa. But nobody's talking about that.
Rubini says, call the NAACP, Decon. Yes, I have them on speed dial.
Yeah, right.
I'll be calling them right now.
They tell you you're a racist just for calling them and protesting the issue.
Well, Mike, we already know that you are the racist.
Of course, right? Yeah,
right.
I'm the one.
Automatically.
Automatically.
Yeah, so let's lighten up the mood here. I came across this and thought, wow, why couldn't this have been Ellen DeGeneres and not Tiger Woods? Ellen DeGeneres slammed on social media for admitting driving under the influence of weed drinks, by the way. That's what the article says. Weed drinks.
Probably absinthe.
I've had a few of those, by the way, these drinks with THC in them. I wouldn't necessarily call them weed drinks. I mean, that's what someone that's a fucking dork would say. You know, you're a fucking goof if you say that sort of shit around me. Or in general, you're a fucking nerd. If that's what you call it. But yes, Hollywood star Ellen DeGeneres has been lambasted on social media after she drove having drank quote-unquote weed drinks and strong sleeping pills, by the way.
In addition to?
What's that?
She was under the influence of
sleeping pills. She was drinking at the time. And driving, yes.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? Evidently, the wife, Portia de Rossi, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that last name right. She took her to the hospital, by the way, Mike.
For what? Morphine? I mean,
no, she was feeling really sick. I mean, her appendix felt like it was about to burst, according to this article here. She was on all fours crawling on the ground, so Ellen DeGeneres had to sober up and drive, by the way. And Mike, you know, everyone's giving her a pretty hard time for this, but I got to be honest. I mean, I've driven under psychedelic mushrooms before, so I mean, I'm much worse.
Oh, you've done that too?
Of course.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but the weed drinks and the sleeping pills, I mean, that's amateur hour. No, that's amateur hour in my book. You know, that's small potatoes. That's really nothing. But I still do wish it would have been Ellen DeGeneres and not Tiger Woods.
Me too.
Yeah. Is that wrong to say, by the way? Is that bad?
Just say allegedly.
Is that awful for me to say those things?
Only if you meant them, allegedly.
Well, you know, a teaspoon series. Just a teaspoon.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's small.
You know, I won't tell anybody. Shh.
Do you think her show would get canceled, by the way?
Well, that's a very, very good
Well, you know the answer to that one.
No.
Of course not.
But if you were not Rosie O'Donnell, the other woman who owns Viacom, she had that show. Oh, what the hell was her name?
It was another terrible show.
No, it was actually pretty good, but what's her name? She talks like this.
Oh my God.
Not Rosie
O'Donnell. No,
not Rosie. Rosie's just a see you next.
Oh, you mean Roseanne Barr?
Roseanne Barr, thank you.
By the way, hold on,
Barr.
Mike. Let me tell you this. I'm not quite sure if you even know this, but I did do a voiceover for her.
Roseanne Barr, yeah, you told me. Yeah.
Oh, I did tell you that.
You did, yeah. I remember you told me.
Okay, I'm glad I told you.
We may have even discussed what I'm going to say. She had a show in which, on the show, the young girl or daughter that plays the young girl, whatever, the premise of the episode was debating between who liked Trump and who liked Hillary, and she got canceled because they showed support for Donald Trump. They canceled her because she supported Donald Trump. But Ellen DeGeneres will go for a ride under the influence of weed, alcohol, and sleeping pills. And what? She's going to be okay with this?
I guess everyone's okay with it, except people on Twitter. They're saying, what the fuck? She's beyond rich. Couldn't have gotten someone else to drive. Driving high is the same as driving drunk. That's what someone said on Twitter. Another person said it's not weed. Stress one critic, it was her decision making call 911 or Uber or a fucking limo. It's not like you're hurting for money. Stupid people making stupid choices, giving marijuana a bad name. And that's what people on Twitter are saying. And this one is pretty good. I lost all respect for people who do this careless shit. That cunt.
Especially when they're as famous as she is.
I added that last part, by the way. They didn't say cunt. I just threw it in there.
They didn't say see you next Tuesday?
No, I just felt like saying the cunt word because I like it.
Okay, I like it too.
But yes, let's flush her down the toilet, Mike. There she goes. Ellen DeGenerate.
Ellen DeGenerate.
There she goes.
Bye-bye. She won't get canceled.
Nah, she'll be fine.
She'll be fine.
She'll be okay. Life will go on for our friend. Have no fear. Have no fear, Mike. So, Mike, by the way, when I cut you off earlier, you were going to tell us about that music video of yours.
It was like an hour ago.
I know, it was like an hour ago.
All right, yeah, I'll make it quick. Yes, so I sent Michael a link to the new music video that has just been released from my band Myke Hideous. It's called Pretty Faces. If you're interested in seeing it at the end of the show, I will give a link for it. But I'm glad you liked it, Michael. You did like it, did you?
I sure did.
Good, thank you.
I liked the bass player. I liked what he was playing there.
Yeah, you had mentioned
the music and
the
music and the model of bass that he was using. It's basically the same model that I used at one time.
Yeah,
that's the Geddy Lee signature jazz bass from Rush. Great growl on the bass there. Caller, go ahead. You are live on the air. Don't piss me off. I fucking swear to God, I will fucking find you. I have your number, so I will kill you. You fucking go ahead. Sorry.
Well, you guys were talking about cunts earlier. Ellen DeGeneres.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I've listened to a show, one of your recent shows, a show or two ago, and I said something about you called a Canadian talk show host a cunt.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is that true?
Was that you?
Who was that? No, it wasn't me.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Just making sure. Okay, I didn't, I didn't know. Had to ask.
You had war with somebody?
No, I mean, you come across these people online, they say different things, and then you say something back at them, and then they report you for responding to them in a way that they find disparaging. Of course, they ratted me out. And I was given a small little suspension for calling him a Canadian cunt. Yes.
Was it an actual podcaster?
I believe it was.
You want to throw out his name or not really?
Not really. I mean, I would have if he didn't get me in trouble. I mean, I would have told you his name by now, but yes. Yeah, not when you rat me out on social media. I mean, that makes you look like, you know what?
Yeah, I hear you.
Makes you look like you're from Walmart. Makes you look like a child predator. Right, so I'm sorry I could not entertain you with that. I don't want to sort of even mention anyone's name right now, not at this moment, but if it was relevant, I would have told you by now, yeah.
It's all good. Just curious, that's all.
I'm sorry.
Are you from Canada, caller?
Good evening. You
caller,
betcha.
Caller.
He is from Canada.
You're from Canada? Okay. What part,
yes, sir.
may I ask?
Red Deer, Alberta.
Is that East Coast or West Coast or Central?
It's kind of central-ish, I guess. It's just on the other side of the Rockies.
May I just tell you, I love Canada. It's beautiful. I've been there a couple times. I was there as a child. I was there also. I played a couple shows in Moncton and what was the other town on the East Coast near, not necessarily near Nova Scotia, but on the East Coast. I know it was Moncton and New Brunswick. That was it. Absolutely wonderful people, beautiful country. Just saying, I love Canada.
Extremely cold.
Very cold.
Very
yes.
cold, yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you,
It takes
caller.
some getting used to, but yeah.
You're
So
right.
you guys,
You're right, because we were there. We were there in June, and when we left New Jersey, it was I'm going to say probably 90 degrees. When we got to Canada, it was about 60, and we were not dressed for it, and we were all freezing. And there's everybody in Canada's walking around in shorts, like, oh, this is summer for us. I'm like, you guys are crazy.
You should come in the winter when it's -40. It's even worse.
Jesus.
I'll pass. Thank you.
Wow.
Are you up north or further down towards the United States?
Probably like not that far from the border. Maybe it's probably 5-hour drive to the U.S. border, like Montana border.
He's American, basically.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for listening.
Yeah,
and thank you for calling.
Yeah, actually, while I got you guys on the phone, I was going to ask, have you guys ever heard of Tony Heller?
Who?
Tony Heller. He does. I was going to mention him as a possible guest. I'd like to hear you guys interview him.
Tony Heller.
Yeah.
Not quite sure if I'm familiar
Check
with
him
that
out
name.
anyways.
Yeah, I will.
He's does a lot of stuff on climate change and that kind of stuff.
Ah.
Got a different take on it.
So Mike can argue with this guy.
Well, you might. I don't know what your views on it are, but he kind of goes through the data and shows that it's not really the emergency that all these people are claiming that it is.
Well, maybe Mike will get along with him.
Awesome.
Yeah, maybe.
I know tomorrow Mike won't like the guest. That's for sure. Yeah, Mike's not going to really like the guest tomorrow night. Yes, that would be John Michael Greer. We'll be talking about his book, The King in Orange.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I'm sure you know where this is going.
Yeah.
Yes, magic and politics seem like unlikely bedfellows, but in The King in Orange, author John Michael Greer goes beyond superficial memes and extreme partisanship to reveal the unmentionable realities that spawned the unexpected presidential victory of an elderly real estate mogul turned reality TV star, and which continue to drive the deepening divide that is now defining characteristics of American society.
Right.
And that is our friend John Michael Greer tomorrow night.
I'll have some questions.
That sounds interesting.
It is. It's going to be a fun show. I'm going to like it. Mike, behave. Let him get through the show. Save your shit for later. Let him talk.
Okay. Of course.
Just shut up and let him talk.
Just shut up.
Go to Walmart. Let him talk.
All right.
I'm kidding, of course.
No, I know.
I'm playing.
But no, it's all good. You know, I don't talk when you have a guest.
I know. I'm just joking with you, but yeah, we'll get through all that. We'll have fun. And he's a good guest, though. There's a lot more to him than just, one topic. He's pretty good. I do like this guy. I've been wanting to talk to him for a long time. So when the publishing company approached me to interview the guy, I was like, hell yeah. I've been waiting for this guy for a while.
Interesting how, as you mentioned, the politics with the occult magic, kind of not good bedfellows, in my opinion.
Of course not.
But interesting. It'll be interesting.
It's a good concept, yes. It'll be fun. And caller, thank you so much.
Thank you, caller.
Yeah, but before I do let you go, what's going on out there in terms of COVID-19 and the way people are acting out there? Give us an update.
A couple weeks ago, the government restated some restrictions, like indoor dining's canceled. That's pretty much about it.
Okay.
Now they're saying they're not going to open stuff up again until possibly July 1st.
Oh, jeez.
I see.
Yeah.
Are you? May I ask, caller, what you do? Can you reveal what you do for a living?
Yeah, I do instrumentation, electrical work in the oil field.
Oh, okay.
So luckily, my job hasn't been affected. No, I haven't been affected at all, so I'm really lucky.
That was my next question. I was going to ask you if it had affected you in any way. Do you know people that it has affected?
Oh, yeah. I mean, go downtown in my town. It's like a lot of businesses have shuttered.
Do you know anyone who has contracted COVID, by the way? Any friends or family, caller?
Co-workers, yeah.
Co-workers, okay. Are they okay?
Yeah, quite surprised. Some of the guys that got it, I wouldn't classify as healthy at all, but they didn't even show any symptoms.
Oh, wow.
They did test positive, but
that's good.
Probably about 10 guys I work with, and yeah, they're all fine. None of them got some of them got the sniffles, but none of them got really sick from it.
Right. Cave Coon says he has a real job out in the oil fields. Yeah, it's pretty
Won't be
manly.
for long. Once the Green New Deal comes in, who knows, you might end up losing it, and they'll tell you have to go get another job so that you can. How long you been doing your job? More than 10 years?
27 years, yep.
27 years. That's 27 years funding terrorism. How do you feel?
Come on, you guys got to get your oil from us. It's nice and safe.
I know we gotta go there
Don't
instead
blow
of
shit up.
yeah. We gotta make deals with Canadians instead of going with all these Muslims out there. You know, all
Dude,
the ones.
I wish the country would make more deals with Canada instead of Saudi Arabia and all these, foreign oil companies.
There's a lot of money to be made. That's why we won't be getting out of that business anytime soon. You know, we have terrorism to fund, and we have heroin to do.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, the Green New Deal is concerning, though. I think if that does go through, it's won't just affect people who work in the oil industry. It's going to affect everyone.
It will.
Energy prices
Oh
go
yeah,
up.
Sure.
trillion. They're talking $10 trillion over the next 10 years. There are going to be people, politicians particularly, who are going to invest in types of business that are associated with the very term Green New Deal, so that they can convince everybody that this is the way to do. They want to make all these gas stations with rechargeable service things for your car. I think everybody seems to forget, how does electricity come to be? Coal.
Well, I was going to say, in where I live in, Eastern Canada, Quebec and stuff has lots of hydro, but where I'm at, it's all natural gas power plants. So you're still burning fossil fuels for electricity, like you're saying.
Right. In order to make electricity, we need some sort of fossil fuel or coal. And as you know, or maybe you don't know, but when Trump was in office here, we started up what was called the Keystone Pipeline to create our
I know all about that.
Okay, so and now 15,000 people got fired as a result of Joe Biden.
Well, the premier province I live in, because that oil was coming from, a lot of it was basically a pipeline from Alberta to the U.S., right?
Right.
So our government actually invested, I think, $1.5 billion in that pipeline, which was, I don't know why he would do that before the election, but he did, and then Biden got elected, and so we can kiss that money goodbye.
Yep. It's
Oh,
terrible.
nice.
Yeah, our government wasted $1.5 billion on that
That's
deal.
terrible.
But,
Terrible.
yeah.
It's, oh my gosh, I'm so sick of these goddamn politicians. I really am.
But yeah, I mean, that pipeline, that was going to provide you guys with some clean, safe, and relatively cheap energy. That energy is still going to get used. It's just going to come from elsewhere, either from oil tankers from the Middle East or,
Yep.
It's still going to get used. Canceling the pipeline is not going to decrease the production. It's just going to get it from a different source.
Right.
Terrible.
We shall see what happens. We love the Middle East. Once again, thank you so much for calling in, my friend, and checking up with us here from the Great White North.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys have a good evening.
You too, brother. Take care.
You too, buddy.
And
Nice guy.
there he goes. We like our friends from Canada.
Absolutely. I love Canada.
Yeah, good people there, in my opinion. Now, before we shut it down here tonight, Mike, we do have some emails to get through.
Hey, wait, one other thing real quick before you, just real quick. Your opinions? Do you know Mrs. Bruce Jenner?
Oh, yeah. You wanted to talk about that. I forgot all about that. It's a good thing you mentioned that, because
I just want to make sure you were aware of it. Mrs. Bruce Jenner is running for what? Governor, right?
she or he, I'm not quite sure what we categorize Miss Jenner here. We'll say she. Republican candidate Caitlyn Jenner plans to run for governor of California here in my own backyard. And Mike, I am speechless. I wasn't quite expecting that. It's a turn of events. It's a strange turn of events, in my opinion.
You do know he will win, right?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, you're running as a Republican and you are what you are. They're kind of against you. I mean, Myke, if you sort of go to any sort of Republican Party and you tell them that you are a Satanist, they're not going to be on your side just because you said you're a Republican.
Of course not.
Or because
Right,
you
of
support
course not.
Donald Trump. They're going to think you're a piece of shit.
That's right.
You'll always be a piece of shit to these people at the end of the day. Because, you know, it's a funny thing what how people really are in reality. Once you do buddy with these people and you think they're in, once you piss them off, oh, they remember you're this, you're an Italian, you're fucking a piece of shit, you came here on a boat, you did this, you did that, fuck you. Right, exactly. So, you know, once people find out, they turn on you. That's how people are. They're that petty. So, again, I'm not quite sure why she's running as a Republican. That's a bad choice. I don't think it's going to work out.
I got to be honest with you, Michael. Until you just said it right now, I didn't know she was running as a Republican.
Yeah, that's give me a break.
Strange.
That is you are a moron at that.
So now that I said what I said about her winning, I take that back because I don't think
you ain't gonna
gonna
win. You ain't gonna win.
No,
the Christians.
Who was the last Republican governor? Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's long gone.
The hardcore Christian backers. Do you think they're gonna support Caitlyn Jenner?
No, of course not. How ridiculous would that be?
Ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
And that's true. DFS Donovan says Caitlyn killed an old lady on the interstate.
Oh,
that happened.
Shit.
That did happen.
Oh my God.
He's not lying.
And this was what, a car accident?
This was, I remember reading about this story and they were trying to sort of keep it on the low. Yeah, I think Caitlyn Jenner did kill someone. I believe she escaped charges after a fatal car crash back in 2015, I believe.
And you got to ask yourself, what does she know about politics?
And they settled a lawsuit, by the way, with the stepchildren of the woman killed in that accident by Caitlyn Jenner. Right. Wow.
Yes, wow is right.
Arnold Schwarzenegger did run as a Republican, yes, but not as, not in the same terms as Caitlyn Jenner, Arnold he's a family guy, he's done a couple things. He slept with a few maids. Most Republicans that have wealth, they identify with that. I mean, they've done those sort of things too.
Right.
So, I mean, it's all part of the game, but if you are a transgendered or, someone like Caitlyn Jenner and you run for, you run for a spot as a Republican, you might as well be shooting yourself in the face.
Yes.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yep.
How fucking dumb do you have to be to do that? I mean, if she ran as a Democrat, I would say now there's something. Now, yeah, right. You got a point there. You got a point.
Right. Absolutely.
As a Republican, though, yeah, it's not happening. I'm sorry.
And as I said, I apologize. I didn't do my homework. I did not realize she was running as a Republican.
Yeah, it's okay, though. I mean, still, that's... Good God, Myke. It's not going to happen.
Nope.
You're safe, Myke. Don't worry. For California. Don't cry for me, Myke Hideous.
Fortunately, she's out on your side of the country, not
That's
mine.
right. Exactly.
Golly. What is happening to this world?
I love it.
Look, let me clarify.
I love the chaos, by the way. Go ahead.
I have nothing against homosexuals. I really don't. It's when you start lopping off body parts and changing yourself into something that you will never physically actually be.
Right.
Because even though Jenner is or classifies as a quote unquote woman, she is still technically a he because of the chromosomes in her body, and that will never change.
Caitlyn Jenner, she's very beautiful, Myke. You're just a hater. You're just, you're a misogynist. You are a racist. You hate gays. You hate Caitlyn Jenner. What you are doing is wrong. I just want you to know. History will prove that you are wrong. Caitlyn Jenner will make a great governor of California. I will be voting for her as soon as the show's over. You kind of remind me of what the guest sounds like tomorrow. He's going to be,
really?
he's going to be doing that. Yeah, I've heard him in other interviews, and he does that. He goes, He's probably going to hear this and think, I'm not going to be on that fucking show.
Fuck these guys.
Yeah, fuck Michael. He's a fucking idiot. Making fun of me. He's going to think this piece of shit's making fun of me.
Promise I will not. I will be respectful, as I always am with a guest. I just hope he answers my questions. That's all.
I'm not lying. He does do that. So I'm going to try to hit mute every so often now that I'm, copying him. Yeah. I'm not lying. He does do that. It's kind of odd. So be prepared.
I will.
Be prepared for them. Right. Anywho.
Jenner.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Moving on. Now, before we shut it down here tonight, boys and girls, we do have some emails to go through and some general banter here. I think the last time we didn't get through it, I apologize. That is my fault. I did not mean to do that, and I did not mean to hurt you, but we will do this again here. And Mike, it's always fun when we read these sort of messages, and I remember a time when this guy on Twitter sent me this message, and he's a guy from Northern California. And for those that completely forgot this story, he was this guy that was like basically blaming me for his girlfriend moving out of his house.
Oh, and I remember this story.
Yeah, I never met the girlfriend. I never even met any of these people, yet I was being held responsible for the actions of his girlfriend.
Amazing.
It really was. Now, let me be diaphanously clear with all of you out there and those of you at home. I did not encourage anyone to leave their home, nor did I have any sort of conversation in regards into one leaving their home. I mean, that's all on you. If you did something to your girlfriend and she's a listener of the show, that's out of my hands. That's entirely on you.
Right.
So listen, I know better than to get involved in these sort of affairs, Mike.
Absolutely.
Right. Mike, I've woken up to a knife pressed to my throat, very much like John McAfee has. So I'm certainly
that story too.
I'm certainly not trying to relive any of my traumas here, Mike, to be honest.
Here he is, brother.
Good God. So yes, I remember that original message he sent me. Can I say this to you, Mike? Is that okay? Can I tell you what he told me in this awful message?
I'm up for it.
He said straight up, dude, fuck you. That's what he told me. I'm not lying. That's what he told me. He said, dude, he said straight up, dude, fuck you. That's what he said on Twitter.
That's pretty straightforward.
I didn't respond. Right. I didn't respond to him, by the way. He sent another message about an hour later asking if I knew how to type.
Because you didn't reply.
Because I didn't reply. And he's like, it's pretty easy. You just type.
So he wanted a confrontation.
Oh, yeah.
Did you give him one?
Not at all.
Good for you.
He was obviously seething at this point, Mike. So, he came back with the big kibosh. And he said, you talk about being alpha all the time. You aren't. More like a little bitch. That's what he told me.
And you didn't reply to that?
I didn't respond.
You're cracking me up. You hung up on a guy who said 2 words tonight, and this guy calling you out like that, and you didn't do nothing?
I didn't
What's wrong
respond.
with you?
It's called being the master of psychological warfare, Mike. That's what it's being called. I've heard this sort of tone before. That's the sound of a hurt and defeated man, a broken down, beaten dog, Mike. You see men like that all the time, man. The younger guys out there, this is for you. Don't be that guy. Don't be like that. Keep it moving. Get yourself together. Recompose yourself. Power forward. Head above water, boys. Don't be that much of a pussy where you're accusing other men of ruining your life. Keep your bitch in check.
Keep your bitch in check.
Correct. For those wondering, I did not respond to him any other time. I let him wallow in his own pool of self-hatred and feces. Mm-hmm. An inferior mindset. He did not possess the same divine intellect like myself, Mike.
Divine intellect. Yeah, I like that.
Not everyone can teach you that. There's some things in life you can't be taught, and that's one of them.
Indeed. And you know what? Now that you reminded me of how you went about that, I commend you. That was a really interesting way you handled it, because you knew that the guy was going through a miserable time in his life.
He was.
And you didn't pursue it.
I had some compassion. And I know it's kind of, it's a little weird to see me be compassionate here on the show. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I usually want to delete those parts anytime I am compassionate here on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to be viewed as more like an asshole. But it's not true. I'm not really an asshole, though. I try to be. I try to pretend to be, but I'm really not.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day. At the end of the day, you're not going to find me at Walmart at 1 a.m. looking for underage girls, is what I'm trying to say.
Wow. Maybe you should try it.
I don't think that'd be a good business venture for me, personally. But it might work out for other men out there if that's what you're into. But, if you go down that road, you might end up in prison. So think about it, folks. You don't want to be at Walmart at 2 a.m. It's true. It's very true. So, Mike, we are getting close to the end here, and we have a few more emails to read. And, I kind of don't want to read them all. Kind of want to save them for another time. Tomorrow, we do have that guest.
All right.
But we do have, I think we might have read this one here at one time or another. I'm not quite sure. Believe this was from a gentleman by the name of M. Falcon.
All right.
Yes, M. Falcon. He writes in, love your program and your comments, especially the brief oh my or oy vey.
Oy vey.
Please bring Marshall Masters back. He is the best guest ever. Love his political insight just as much as his Planet X expertise. Thank you, Michael. And that comes from M. Falcon.
Right.
So he likes the oy vey and the oh my.
My vey.
Right. Well, we'll play that for him, but yes. He likes the oy vey, yeah, so he's probably a Jewish listener. Since I have converted, we do have newer Jewish listeners out there. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys.
You converted? Is that what you said?
Yes, I converted to Judaism, and the Jews have accepted me as one of their own.
Well, how special.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jews. I love all of you. Thank you. So yes, Mike, we are coming to an end here very, very soon, and we do have some more audio clips to play before we check out. We're at 2 hours in. It's almost time to shut it down. Just a warning for those that are saying, no, don't shut it down yet. We want another hour. But no, folks, you get what you deserve.
That's right.
You don't get another hour. You don't get that.
More, go to Walmart.
Yeah, go to Walmart. Tomorrow you'll get that hour, though. I promise. Yes, you will get that tomorrow. And Mike, we did have some clips here, and we do have one from this gentleman by the name of Johnny Inlu.
Okay.
Johnny Inlu. Mike, you kind of already know where this is going to go.
I'm afraid I don't.
He's one of these crazy folks.
Okay.
Your favorite kind of people in the world.
Like a Christian.
Exactly.
Okay. You
know what part we're in. Yes, this is Johnny Inlu, international speaker and author of the Seven Mountain Prophecy, by the way. That's one of the books that he has written. He, of course, is from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
But then again, he's not really from Georgia. He's actually born in Peru.
Okay.
Yes, let's hear what our friend has to say here. Let's see. This is Johnny Inlu.
What's so interesting is the word Rothschild means red coat.
Oh, shit.
Yiddish.
Really?
In Yiddish?
Yeah. And they intentionally went after the big cities, Frankfurt, Vienna, Paris, London. There's one of the 5 main cities of Europe, and that's how they took, and they established banks. They established central banks, and that's how they took control of nations. And so while people are looking at who's in Biden's seat, the traditional presidential seat, like, well, how can you say Trump's doing something when he's not there? Believe me, that is not the power position particularly the way it is right now in the nation. President Trump is on assignment, and he's anointed by God, and the archangels are working with him. I'll tell you, Michael is
for
working
crying out
with
loud.
The angels are with President Trump right now. The former President Trump, I should say.
They always screw it up by throwing religion in there.
What's the problem, Mike? You don't believe the angels are not surrounding Donald Trump? My God, Mike, you are a Satanist. How dare you?
So stupid, honestly.
What's wrong, Mike? You didn't like that guy?
Hey, I can't say I don't like him as a person or personally. All I'm saying is that when people say stupid things like this, that the angels or God
They're
is
coming.
working with
The angels
whatever.
are going to be here,
It's
Mike.
not just Donald Trump. Because they said it about Bush too. And I'm sick and tired of the association with religion and politics. It is supposed to be separated. And these crackpots always throw it in like he's some sort of divine messenger from God. This is a guy who was talking about grabbing pussy with his guy friends. In fact, I think it was, wasn't it like Bush's, somebody from the Bush family? And he's talking about grabbing pussy.
Right.
This is a guy from...
Well, maybe God wanted him to grab some pussy, Mike. You ever thought about that?
All right. Point taken.
Yeah, God made him exist so he can grab pussy. What's wrong with that?
I think he probably did the same thing for me, but...
Geez, Mike, live a little. Go grab some pussy at Walmart. I don't know. God damn. Go grab some pussy. Jesus.
Live a little.
Live a little. Yes, so our Christian friend here, he's a good guy, Johnny Enlu. He says Trump is on assignment by God to take down George Soros, and he's getting help from archangels, boys and girls. This is good stuff here. Let's roll the tape some more.
Him's not that he's serving Trump's the other way around, and Zerachiel and Gabriel, but they are going after what is being contended for and just about done is these seats that we're talking about, like where the Soros and the Gates and the Rothschilds, those seats that really control and affect world dynamics. Those things are being taken care of behind the scenes, and it would have been harder for President Trump to do so, staying seated in the other seat.
Oy vey.
You know, it's amazing how these people say these things, and I'm like, you got to ask yourself, how the hell do you know what the archangel and Jesus and God are doing? How do you know this?
Because God talks to him, Mike. He talks to him every night.
And then you got to ask yourself, who's more stupid, the guy who's preaching this crap or the dummies who are listening to it?
I think it's the people that give them money and vote for them to begin with. Don't vote for anybody. They're all shitty. Let's hear that clip again. I want to hear more of Johnny Enlu. Let's hear some more. Well, it's the same clip, but let's hear it again.
What's so interesting is the word Rothschild means redcoat in Yiddish.
Really?
Yeah. And they intentionally went after the big cities.
Is he being anti-Semitic? Is that what this is, Mike?
You know, I was about to ask you that.
That was kind of anti-Semitic what he said there, right? Does he hate the Jews? Is that what he's saying?
That's what I'm wondering.
That's not very nice. He's got hate in his heart, Mike.
That's because his co-pilot is Saint Gabriel.
There is no hate in my heart, by the way. I just want to make that clear on the record. No hate in my heart. I love everyone out there, even my enemies online. You know, I do like them more than, you know, the people in the physical world, the ones that, you know, those enemies there. I don't like those people, but, you know, the ones online that they think they're my enemies or whatever, the ones that say this or that, you know, I like those folks a lot. But I don't like, you know, I don't like the ones in the physical sense. You know, those people can get COVID and die.
Like the caller who called earlier?
Right. He probably has COVID. So yes, let's hear Johnny Enlu some more. That greasy man from Peru.
I don't hate anybody.
I know. After I said all that, right? Kind of like wiped that away, right?
A little bit.
Wipe the sins of my father away. Here we go.
Frankfurt, Vienna, Paris, London. There's one of the 5 main cities of of Europe, and that's how they took. And they established banks. They established central banks, and that's how they took control of nations. And so while people are looking at who's in Biden's seat, the
boogeyman,
traditional
Biden.
Presidential seat.
Ooh, Joe Biden. I'm going to hiss when I hear that name, Joe Biden.
Corpse.
The corpse.
Like, well, how can you say Trump's doing something when he's not there? Believe me, that is not the power position, particularly the way it is right now in the nation.
You would know.
President Trump is on assignment, and he's anointed by God, and the archangels are working with him. I'll
Hell
tell
yeah.
you, Michael is working with him. It's not that he's serving.
Hell yes.
Trump's the other way around.
He's coming back. The angels.
He's gonna come in on a chariot pulled by angels with wings.
Fuck yeah. Angels, baby. Here we go. I'm clapping. I'm excited. I'm happy for Trump to come back. I swear to God, you're going to hear the guest tomorrow and you're going to be like, oh my God.
I'll do it right back to him.
And Zerachiel and Gabriel, but they are going after what is being contended for and just about done is these seats that we're talking about, like where the Soros and the Gates and the Rothschilds, those seats that really control and affect world dynamics.
They're going down.
Those things are being taken care of behind the scenes, and it would have been harder for President Trump to do so, staying seated in the other seat.
That's Johnny and Lou, boys
president,
and girls.
right? So okay, yeah.
Johnny and Lou.
What a jackass. Sorry.
He's letting you know, Mike. The angels are coming. I'm excited, man. I can't wait for them to get here.
Just total stupidity, honestly. Just a crackpot. These people are so stupid. They really are. They really, really make fools out of themselves. You know what? As I've said 1,000 times, you want to believe in God?
Oh, here we go.
Yahweh, Jesus, Muhammad, whoever, Buddha, I don't care. But don't push it on me, man. I don't. When it comes to politics, the only reason I vote is because I want somebody to handle my country. I don't need somebody to tell me that my president is a saint from God. I'm not stupid. Don't. Just so stupid.
He's a gift from God. Just like Joe Biden, he's a gift from God, Mike. You just have hate in your heart. You don't see it.
That's a bowel movement from God.
How do you hate Joe Biden, Mike? I mean, he is sent from God, and you want to disrespect for the president of all people. What's the goddamn president? And you're sitting here telling me that, Joe Biden is a piece of shit. I just don't buy it. I don't accept that.
Oh, first of all, he's not my president because I certainly didn't vote for him.
Oh, I'm offended. He's not your president. I'm offended, Mike. How can you say that? How can you say that? He's the president of the United States.
I'll tell you why, because I'm racist against.
Oh my God, Jesus! You better stick to going to Walmart here.
I'm a racist Biden, an anti-Biden racist.
I guess so. I mean, good Lord. So, Mike, we do have one more clip from one of our favorite friends here. Let's play that clip. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, this is from Gina. She is nuts. Gina. I just want you to hear this, Mike. Before I even say anything, I just want you to judge her from this audio clip.
Vagina.
Did they forget about the mob waiting outside the courthouse that was influencing the jury the whole time? And did they forget about the incitement of that mob by Congresswoman Maxine Waters, Joe Biden himself, and all of the other race baiters who have been whipping up the crowd for weeks now? There was not a chance in the world that Chauvin would get a fair trial. Now, I held out hope that the judge would either declare a mistrial or that the jury would be hung and unable to reach a verdict. Now, let me be clear about something. I have no idea whether Derek Chauvin is guilty or not. He likely is guilty, and I want to add that too. But the fact is, you and I, we will never know. The presence of mob outside the courthouse made it impossible for justice to actually be done. A fair trial could not be held in a situation, in an atmosphere like that. And the fact that Chauvin did not and cannot get a fair trial is the reason why I say that he should be a free man. Just that.
That's Gina Loudon, by the way. Here we go. Sorry.
As I said, he may be guilty. He very much looked guilty from the video that was shown on the television thousands of times over the past several months. I, like all of you, watched that video, got very upset when I first saw it. But the bottom line is, none of us were ever able to consider the evidence, and that jury sure as heck was never able to consider the evidence thanks to the mob. There's a famous English saying that it is better that 10 guilty persons go free than that one innocent is wrongly convicted. Our founding fathers repeated that phrase throughout the establishment of our republic, and Benjamin Franklin took it further by saying that it is better 100 guilty persons should escape than one innocent person should suffer. Did anyone believe that Derek Chauvin was thrown under the bus, that the left, since he has been, that the left will now be satisfied somehow? If you condemn Chauvin as a bad cop that deserves to rot in prison, do you think that the mob is going to stop coming for more scalps? Do you think the mob is going to stop coming for your scalp?
Right.
She got a very annoying voice, by the way.
You think so?
It's very annoying, yes.
Well, annoying or not, she was 100% right in everything she just said.
I just wish her voice wasn't that way, and kind of like Ben Shapiro's. Even though I don't really like him, but that voice, God, Jesus Christ, help me.
As smart as he is, I agree with you 100% on that comment. He gets on my nerves.
That voice, good Lord. I want to hear his voice now so we can laugh at him.
So I got to say this, Michael. Maxine Waters,
go ahead.
She should be impeached. And that's because she crossed state lines to incite riot-like activity if, in the event that Chauvin, am I saying that right? Chauvin?
Some shit like that, yeah.
If the guy was not convicted, she was there to incite riots. And she was out of her jurisdiction. And quite frankly, this senile old see you next Tuesday fart sniffing POS, she can just like sniff my farts, okay? Because she's a moron.
She can sniff your farts.
45, impeach 45, impeach 45. Idiot.
Maxine Waters, yes. Everyone's favorite.
Meanwhile, her jurisdiction, where she's supposed to be governed, is a mess. It's a mess. I've seen it. I've seen where she lives. I've seen her neighborhood. She's a liar and a hypocrite.
And you want her impeached?
I want more than impeachment for that POS.
You want more? What do you mean?
I can't say it on
You want her to go to Walmart?
Yeah. Go get me some oil.
I'll get you some oil, right.
And spark plugs.
My goodness. Mike, once again, I do want to thank you for being a part of the program. We will have to do this again tomorrow night when we do have that guest. Yes, it's going to be a good one. I am looking very forward to that one. That will be with Mr. John Michael Greer tomorrow night. And I think we're going to go a little early, by the way, Mike. We're going to do it, I think, about an hour early than we did today. An hour earlier than we did today, rather.
So for you, it'll be
5.
5. Are you sure about that?
I believe it says 5. Let me look.
Okay, so 5 o'clock tomorrow, which means 8 o'clock my time. All right.
Right.
Okay. I'll check with you tomorrow. Don't worry about it now. I'll check with you either later or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow.
Yeah. It's all good. So once again, Mike, I do want to thank you for being a part of the program. It's always a fun time with you here. It's always a pleasure and an honor. But Mike, I can't leave you unscathed. Here we go.
Wherever I go, God rules.
Here we go, Mike. Your favorite.
When I walk on White House grounds, God walks on White House grounds. I had every right and authority to declare the White House as holy ground because I was standing there, and where I stand is holy.
Your brain is holy.
To say no to President Trump would be saying no to God.
No to God.
And I won't do that.
We are in a spiritual war right now. Let every demonic network that has aligned itself against the purpose, against the calling of President Trump, let it be broken. Let it be torn down in the name of Jesus.
You want me to tell you what my thoughts are? The thoughts of the King of Kings, the thoughts of the Lord of Lords. I'm downloading heaven.
Oh.
Good Lord. It never gets old.
Shut up, you moron.
I kind of know I'm a little bit cute, all right? I am
A little bit
Paula, who is pretty. Well, maybe I'm not going to be pretty when I'm 90 years old.
Here's this former messed up Mississippi girl who lived in a trailer that they called trailer trash.
Trailer trash.
Daddy committed suicide, got pregnant out of wedlock, been married, been divorced, not just once, twice.
People go, well, how'd you become the spiritual advisor of the president? We'll get to that later. It's all in there. Michael Jackson, Kid Rock, the president, it's all in there, all right?
Thank you, Paula. What a great job you do. The evangelicals.
Yeah, go
I
jump
hear we're
off the
more
bridge, you
popular than
crackpot.
ever with the evangelicals. You're the only one, and she'll tell the truth. She'll only tell the truth.
Southern California is looking at there's already law that's passed through the governor that says the Bible is a book of hate speech and to ban the sale of it. Snapchat was created as the largest human trafficking because the greatest people on there were human traffickers because the FBI and because intelligence could not do it because it's live and it's real time and they can track your kid in less than a second and take them. There's a Department of Treasury in heaven that God is watching over everything you do, and you are storing up eternal treasure that will go so far beyond, I think, that we can even begin to imagine. Do you need this in 30?
That's right, Mike. You better pray to God.
I'll pray to my own God, thank
Or
you.
you'll be going to hell where you are destined to go, Mike.
Rule.
The path that you are on, I can already tell you'll be going to hell.
And I will rule with Satan and Lucifer.
You'll be going to hell.
Hey, Echo.
Hell is where you'll be going, Mike. Think about it.
Can I get a little more reverb, please? Testing. 1, 2.
I know. We'll work it out sometime. Another time. But
That's
Mike,
awesome.
once again, thank you so much for being a part of the program. It was a good time, and we will do it again tomorrow night. Mike, go ahead and shut it down.
Right on. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for listening tonight. I had an awesome time. I'd like to thank Michael for having me on as his co-host this evening. Thank you to the callers. Thank you to the listeners. Thank you to the podcast listeners. If you are interested in my music, you can check out my website, which is MykeHideous.com, and that's Myke, M-Y-K-E, hideous.com. You can also check out the new single that will be coming out at the end of this month, I believe April 30th, by the side project that I am doing called Memento Morte. I will be posting the link for the single release. You can go to the Facebook page yourself. It is facebook.com/hideous Myke, M-Y-K-E. And lastly, if you're into checking out any of my artwork or photographs for sale, you can go to Spyman Photography. I'm sorry, let me start it again. SpymanPhotoandArt.com. Once again, thank you everyone for listening tonight. I had a great time, and I will talk to you all tomorrow, or Michael and I will talk to you tomorrow when we interview Mr. Greer.
Correct.
All right.
Another Michael, by the way.
Another Michael. You
Good
gotta
Lord.
stop. You gotta stop.
I gotta stop doing this. Yeah, I know. I mean, it turned out as a bit, but then I went overboard. I'm sorry.
It is strange how we've done so many interviews with Michaels. It's really weird.
Well, let's just say it was not coincidental.
Oh, okay.
Yes, all by design.
Right on.
Oh, yes. Once again, thank you so much, Mike. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
My pleasure, Michael. I will talk to you at some point in the afternoon or early evening before the show.
You got it. Mahalo.
All right. Ciao, buddy.
Bye-bye. And there he goes, boys and girls. That was the one and only Mr. Myke Hideous. Check out his work. All good stuff. Once again, thank all of you out there for being a part of the program. Those of you that hung out with us this evening. Yes, those in the chat room, and of course those listening back on the podcast rendition of this program, which you can find by searching Michael Decon or the Michael Decon program. You'll find this there. Once again, I do want to thank Myke Hideous for being a part of the program. He did draw assignment. He did do a good job, and I do want all of you out there to sign up for exclusive bonus content of the program. That's patreon.com/Michael Decon. Oh yes. Patreon.com/Michael Decon. Go ahead and sign up, or else you will end up like this guy here.
Michael Decon knows how to hurt me. He pretends to be my friend behind the scene, but he's doxed me. He talks shit about me constantly. He tells me the things that the voices in my head used to tell me.
Oy vey. Once again, thank you so much for those of you who have donated to the Patreon series. That is patreon.com/Michael Decon. International listeners out there, thank you for all your support. Guten Morgen. To the German listeners out there, yes. It's been an interesting night again. Very interesting night yet again, boys and girls. It always is. I had nothing prepared tonight. I mean, we just went off the top of my head here, and it was a great time. I hope you enjoyed it too. But tomorrow, we do have a guest. And we will be here quite early. That's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Be there or be square. Once again, thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. And with that said, the world is a mysterious place, and life itself is a mystery. Until next time, mahalo.
I don't want to pinpoint it because, well, I think you kind of know the answer to that.
Paradox?
Yes, you discussed that with Goldberg, and he has a good finger on it.
Yes.
Hey, listen, also, beyond Von Daniken, pay attention to Whitley. Whitley is also not who he would appear to be. Be very careful of Dr. Hoagland. Hoagland has secrets. He knows things. And he hasn't even begun to indulge his treasure of secrets.
All right. I appreciate the call. Dr. Goldberg is not who he says he is. Whitley is not who he says he is. And watch out for Richard Hoagland. Earth changes, tsunamis for the Northwest sometime no later than August. Okay. Time Traveler line at area code 702-727-1295.